This Sport Café is one of the most stylish and also most complete motorcycles today, featuring premium features that bigger and even more expensive bikes don't have. And in this video, you'll find out everything about it. Technical features, performance in the city and on the highway, fuel consumption, insurance cost, available colors and price, and of course, my honest opinion with the pros and cons. I'm Amanda Pagliari. This is the most charming motorcycle channel in Brazil, and it also brings you the best two-wheel reviews. So, go ahead and hit the like button and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any videos. Before introducing the GK350, let's discuss its manufacturer, Zontes. It was founded in 2003 by Taio Motorcycle Technology and is present in more than 55 countries. In fact, before arriving in Brazil, it was already present in other Latin American countries, such as Argentina and Colombia. Zontes has already won several international awards for science, technology, and innovation, and its plant over in China is fully automated. And in Brazil, it recently arrived, imported by the JTZ Group J Toledo, which is the same company that imports Suzuki and also brings in Kinko and Haojui motorcycles. The look of the GK350 catches attention wherever it goes. It has the look of the old Café racers, but modernized.
It would be a neo cafe. Zontes calls it a sport cafe, but I think it's very beautiful.
The tank here is unique, very beautiful, in my opinion. The seat is really slim. It complements the look of the motorcycle. And here we have round mirrors, giving it that retro vibe, and bar-end mirrors that make the motorcycle look even more stylish. When you see this bike on the street, it looks like a 500cc bike or even bigger. Do you agree? Disagree? Do you like the look of the GK350? Write it down below. All the lights on the GK350 are LED, so it's full LED. Notice the turn signals with this finish. It's not metal, okay? It's plastic, giving it a more retro vibe. The taillight back here is minimalistic, very beautiful. And the round headlight here, it's all so charming. In fact, this headlight lights up really well. Here, look, the circular part is the daytime running light, very beautiful. And here we have the light projectors, really a beautiful headlight that also lights up very well. Here on the right side, there's this metal accessory here that says Zontes. It's just decorative, okay? It's just for decoration. It doesn't have a technical function, so to speak, but it looks really nice, in my opinion. Besides that, the motorcycle already comes with a factory-installed handguard, and here on the side, you have a slider. What is this? If you fall with the motorcycle, you'll have more protection, helping to prevent at least the engine and the fairing from getting damaged. I was surprised by this motorcycle's finish, how the parts fit together, the paint, and how the auntie's name is visible wherever you look. So, it shows that the brand takes great care with its motorcycles, something we don't usually see in a 350cc bike, right? Here on this radiator guard, we have the Zontes brand, beautifully engraved. The spoiler has a nice finish, which is uncommon for low-displacement bikes that usually lack such details to enhance their appearance. And here you can really see that the bike looks much nicer. It hides this whole part of the exhaust outlet and everything else. I thought it turned out really well done. Also, look, here on the brakes, we have this protective cover for the disc. In practice, it helps protect the disc, okay? But in my opinion, it serves more as a visual or finishing touch than as a real mechanical or cycling function. All right? It's really beautiful. You can remove it, but I think it looks nice. And we have discs on both wheels, and in the front we have a disc with a diameter of 320 millimeters and a 4-piston radial caliper from the brand Rota Juan, which is a Spanish brand very well regarded abroad, and in the rear a disc with a diameter of 265 millimeters. And the cool thing is that it comes with 2-channel ABS, which means ABS on both wheels from the brand Bosch. And this red item here on the left side is for you to put the disc lock when you're not using it. The golden wheels are very beautiful and complement the look of the motorcycle. They don't use inner tubes, even though they're spoked, because the attachment is on the rear wheel, on the outside, and on the front wheel in this central part, allowing the use of tubeless tires. The L-shaped valve makes our lives much easier, and the wheel rim is 17. The seat is made by Zontes itself with a technology that basically bonds the outer cover to the foam so you don't see those folds that we usually see on other motorcycles. And it has a non-slip texture here on the top, both for the rider and the passenger. GK and Zontes are stamped here on the seat. It's more comfortable, but as I ride more, I'll let you know soon if this seat is really comfortable or not, especially on trips, okay? I'm going to get on so you can see. The seat to the ground is 79.5 centimeters. In my opinion, it fits most Brazilian men and women, okay? I'm 1.77 meters tall, look. I can put both feet on the ground here without any difficulty. The foot pegs here on the GK are a little set back. They're not so centered, but I don't feel any discomfort here. My leg isn't too bent. But you need to see in your own riding how the bike fits you. I like the riding position here. The handlebar is straight and a little bit angled forward. And the cool thing is that it has this marking here so you can adjust the handlebar according to your body type, which is really nice. In general, the riding position is a bit café racer, more sporty, but it's not something that makes it too difficult, like a naked or a sport bike. Overall, I liked the riding position. It weighs 188 kilograms in running order, meaning it's ready to ride with all the fluids. And here, the fuel tank has an electronic opening. Look how cool that is. Just press the button here and that's it. The cap will open, you just need to unscrew it. And refuel. Also, the fuel tank, which is made of carbon steel, has an internal coating, a galvanization, to prevent it from rusting and releasing rust, which could damage the motorcycle. It has a keyless presence sensor, and I had it with me on the screen the whole time and you didn't notice. Her key is this bracelet right here. Look how cool. You can wear it on your wrist, right? Or take it off and put it in your pocket. Very interesting. And the dashboard is a colorful thin film transistor screen. Really beautiful. And every time you turn it on, this little robot shows up here. Well, in a moment I'll show you the screens. The 4 different screens this dashboard has, but let's take a look at all the information we have here on this dashboard, okay? Fuel gauge, here the engine temperature indicator, up here the ABS indicator, clock, battery voltage information here, and in the middle we have the speedometer, okay? The tachometer is these bars here, and down here is the gear indicator. Here we have the riding modes. We have standard and eco mode. So by pressing this little button on the right side, we can change the riding modes. And down here, look, we have tire pressure monitoring. So it's showing here 39 and also 40 pounds per square inch below. We have the total odometer and the trip as well. And by pressing the mod button here, we change the information. Here we have kilometers per hour. It gives an average consumption, and here we have the range, which means how far we can go with the fuel we have in the tank. By pressing the top button, 7, we have access to the dashboard information and settings. So here, interface, take a look. Here we have the display modes. It was on race, let's set it to casual now. Look at that, it's nice, isn't it? They changed the position of the information. Now let's try the street style. Look at this. Cleaner, let's put it that way. Now we have the revolutions per minute here at the top, not on the sides anymore. And here we have simple. It's really very simple. So you have a gear indicator, a tachometer here, and a big speedometer. And then there's the S, the riding mode, which is standard, and E for economy. Here are the clock settings. We have the backlight, which lets you increase or decrease the brightness. You can set it high at 1, but I'll leave it at 5 because it's better. We have the units, kilometers per hour. Let's leave it like that. It's in English. I won't change that. Here is Bluetooth, so this panel has connectivity. It supports both mirroring with your phone and also with the Carbit app. And here you have the connection for both Android and iOS iPhone. Here, tire pressure monitoring, pretty interesting. And here you have information about the motorcycle and everything else. Here on the right-hand control panel, we have the button to cut off the engine power and to turn on the motorcycle's electrical system. Here for eco and standard modes. Here to turn the lights on or off. Here is the ignition button. This red button is for you to turn the motorcycle on or off. Here are the full E and also the city modes. You can open your motorcycle seat very easily, and here on the left side we have the set and mode buttons for you to adjust the dashboard. Here is the horn, turn signal to the right and to the left, hazard lights. And here the headlight button, high beam, and back here the flasher. And the control buttons are illuminated. And it has a socket right below the handlebars here with this cover to protect it from the rain, and there are two different ports. A standard USB Type A and the other is Type C, and it also has an electric lock. With it turned off, you come here and that's it. The motorcycle is locked. And both the clutch lever and the brake lever have reach adjustment. Both the rider's foot peg and the passengers here, which are retractable, have a rubberized finish to reduce the vibration sensation the motorcycle gives to your feet. And although it has a dual exhaust, this motorcycle here is single cylinder with liquid cooling and Bosch electronic fuel injection. Look at all this technology. It's 348 cubic centimeters, which generates 41 horsepower at 8,300 revolutions per minute and 3.34 kgfm of torque at 7,300 revolutions per minute. It's an engine with final transmission by chain, 6 gears, and a slipper and assist clutch. What does that mean? The assist clutch provides more smoothness when you pull the lever. The slipper technology prevents the wheel from locking up when you make a sudden downshift. Imagine you're about to enter a turn, you downshift suddenly, and your rear wheel won't lock up, giving you more safety. On the front suspension, we have a sturdy inverted telescopic fork. Look how cool that is, with 120 millimeters of travel, and on the rear, an aluminum swing arm and monoshock with adjustable spring preload. And now that I've shown you everything about the GK350 from Ondas, it's time to ride it, taking it through city streets and also hitting the road. And if you're enjoying this video and think it's one of the most complete ones on the internet, how about leaving a like? You motivate me and help me make more videos like this. Now hop on the back with me. It's a motorcycle that gives off a vibration. Look, almost 8,000 revs. It already starts to vibrate, see? Whoa, wow! Yes, it does vibrate. Even in 6th gear, look, I'm going to set it here to 120 kilometers per hour. Look, more. Yeah, in 6th gear, it vibrates a little less, but even so, you feel all the vibration in your feet and also in your hands. There's no way around it. And in the rear view mirror too. Yeah, guys, look, at 112 kilometers per hour in 6th gear, the rear view mirror is already vibrating. I think that's one of the negative points of this bike. There's no way, right? A very powerful single-cylinder engine is going to vibrate. There's not much magic. For a low displacement engine to be powerful, it has to be a twin cylinder, then it gets a bit better. But it's agile. 41 horsepower here. Pushing it to the limit, really pushing it, but 41 horsepower. Man, it's really cool on the road because the riding position is comfortable. On the highway, it does well. I think on most roads it'll do just fine. Since our speed limit is 120 kilometers per hour, I'm testing it without a passenger. But I'll tell you right now, it's not good to take a passenger. The passenger will suffer a lot. The seat is hard. And speaking of hard seats, I'm feeling the seat is a bit hard, yes. I think if you ride about 200 kilometers with this seat, your butt is going to feel square, unfortunately. You don't even feel like accelerating the bike because it'll be straining, it'll keep vibrating. It even tickles my foot, guys. But regarding the handling, when it comes to cornering, the bike does well on the road, and it surprises you with its power. Does the engine strain? The engine strains, but it surprises you, you know? This little one here is the most powerful in its category. So I found it really interesting, another option, but that's how the road is, guys. If you're going to ride on bumpy streets or like this one here, all patched up, full of bumps, it's going to be a little rough for you, okay? Its suspension is stiff, but that's a characteristic of this type of motorcycle, right? The suspension is usually shorter, right? It brakes well, you know? The brakes surprised me. The ABS isn't intrusive. I'm here with Carbit already installed, all set, and now the navigation option shows up for me. Look at that. But I can't navigate in the app. It says that the version, look. There's no option to buy here, not even in the App Store, right? I can't do it. Oops, I blocked it here. But at least here, look, I have the mirror screen, so I can start the transmission. Look, then I have to change it here. I have to change it, just so you know, look, I have to switch and put it on Easy Connected, which is where I already connected, right? Then it will show me. So I put my address here. I have to turn it because it's a mirroring. The bad thing is, if I lock my phone, it's going to close the app here too, right? So you'll have to keep your phone open, which is bad because it will end up draining the battery. Now let's drive around the city with her to see how she does. Here in the city, where the speed is much lower, you don't even feel the motorcycle vibrate. So for urban use, the motorcycle does really well. Now, when you push it, there's no way around it. It will vibrate. But it's fast. It responds a lot. Wow, it's really fast. Since it's light, that's an advantage here with the GK, that it's light. So it responds really quickly when you accelerate. That gives it a really sporty feel, right? Do I recommend it for beginners? Look, if you just got your driver's license, I don't recommend starting with a 41 horsepower motorcycle, okay? I don't recommend it. However, you can do it. You can do it if you're responsible, and also if you don't ride in the hallway or in heavy traffic. As you get used to the motorcycle, then you can ride around. One thing that caught my attention here on the GK350 is the agility. It's a very agile bike for you to ride around the city. If the lane is a bit wider, you can get through just fine. If it's narrower, then you have to be careful, okay? Because it's pretty wide here. It has a bar end mirror. And it might get in your way a little. In short, in the city, it's agile, strong, light, and very stylish. It avoids potholes. The seat is a bit hard, which isn't much of a problem in the city, but it is on the highway. And on the highway, you feel the bike straining, which gets a bit annoying. Let's wrap up the video with the pros and cons. Fuel consumption increases with acceleration. It's an unavoidable fact. In my test here, city and highway combined, pushing it, accelerating a lot, no passenger, it averaged 19 kilometers per liter with me, okay? That's the best average. It even got as low as 16. But, I talked to other owners of Zontes 350, and they told me they averaged 28 kilometers per liter. Some get 26, others 28. So, there's my average, and then there's the public's average. Do you have a Zontes with this new 350 engine? And write here in the comments what kind of mileage you get with it. About insurance, in my opinion, this more retro look isn't as targeted for theft. However, it's important that you get insurance, at least theft and robbery with assistance. Why? Besides, of course, making sure you're at least protected against theft and robbery, you won't be left dealing with losses on your own, and there's also the matter of assistance. Have you ever gotten a quote for a tow truck on its own? It's really expensive, and sometimes you can't even find a tow truck near the area where you are. That's why you should get insurance. I will now discuss the pros and cons of the GK350. This is my opinion, and you may agree, disagree, or respectfully add your thoughts in the comments. But first, please subscribe to the MotoPress channel. Have you subscribed?
Then feel free to comment.
And the first positive point is the design. What a beautiful motorcycle. Zontes did a great job creating a timeless design without making it look like other brands or other motorcycles. I think it really stands out. This version here, kind of black, graphite with gold, to me is the most beautiful. There's also a white version. Hold on, I'll show it to you in a bit. But for me, this gold one is the prettiest, and with these wheels, it looks perfect. That's a positive point. Another good thing is the finish, guys. Really, for a low to mid-displacement motorcycle, right? What? 350 mid-displacement. We're not really used to having a motorcycle with this level of refinement in Brazil, right? In terms of finish and design, so that's a positive point. Another good thing is the proximity sensor that's here on my arm. It's really easy to carry. It really makes our lives easier, and it's discreet here. I liked it. Another good thing is its dashboard. It will have a downside to the dashboard. It could include the trip feature. I only need one trip. The color dashboard is really beautiful. With several ways for you to view the screen, I found it really interesting. With connectivity with an app, that's a positive point. Another good thing is that it comes with a socket really close here to the handlebars. That's where we actually use it, and not with just one port, but two. So that's a positive point. Sometimes you have a cable with a plug. Whether it's type A or C, it doesn't matter. Here there's something for everyone. Another positive point. Another good thing is the sturdy inverted suspension. I really like the front one. And these wheels, right? Spoked wheels without inner tubes. We don't see this in many more expensive bikes. We don't see this technology there. Besides being very beautiful, they're functional, since if you like to ride with tubeless tires, you'll be able to use them on this bike. Another good thing is that it's full LED. Many times manufacturers only put LED in the headlight and taillight and that awful turn signal, right, with a halogen bulb. Not here, it's full LED, so that's a positive point. The backlit switches are another good feature. They illuminate in a red tone only when the motorcycle is turned on and while riding. I found that to be a cool and positive aspect. Another good thing is the electric controls, both for opening the fuel cap and for locking. I found that very interesting, a positive point. The riding position is another positive aspect. I found this motorcycle comfortable even with the slightly rear set foot pegs. It fit me very well, but take a test ride or visit the dealership to ensure it suits you. The GK350's handling is also excellent, making it very easy to control. It's light, you put it where you want, wherever you point the bike, it goes easily. It's good for cornering. So, the handling is approved. Another positive point. One thing that really surprised me was the quality of the brakes. This brand, Rota Juan, is unknown here in Brazil, right? I found all the Honda bikes with this caliper to be really good. Plus, they come with ABS, right? Bosch delivers quality. Another advantage is the exhaust's proximity to the passenger seat. It has a technology that prevents heat transfer outside, so it won't burn your leg. That's an advantage. And the last positive point is that it comes with a gel battery from the factory, and it will last much longer, of course, as long as you keep it charged. And to recharge it, you can of course ride it or leave it charging directly in the outlet because it comes with a charger, and here at the bottom of the tail there's this little door where you can plug it in directly. So if you're going to go long periods without riding your Ondas, you have to do this so you don't damage the battery. I thought that was a really cool positive point. And you do have more positive points about the Ondas GK350? Write them down below. Now, let's list the negative points of the GK350. Starting here with the electric lock. Why, guys, this happened to me so many times. I'm there maneuvering the bike, you see? It's turned off. So I'm here maneuvering the bike, right? I go to turn the handlebars and bam, it locked. I didn't ask for it, I didn't press any button, nothing. So what happens? With the motorcycle turned off, whenever you turn it to the left, it will lock. It has to be right here. Now, to the right, that doesn't happen, only to the left. Another thing I didn't like was the rear suspension. Even though it has adjustments, I found the bike a bit stiff. Okay, that's the idea. Usually more custom bikes, more Café style. So it has this stiffer suspension feel, and that's one of its characteristics. I need to tell you that. I didn't like it. Another thing I didn't like was the seat, okay? In the city, for short rides, you don't really feel it, but on long trips, you're going to feel a bit of discomfort here in this seat, okay? Negative point. Another negative thing is that it's bad for the passenger, okay? Not only because there's no handle here to hold on to, you have to hold on to the rider themselves. If you're going to carry a passenger often, it's going to be a little uncomfortable for whoever is back here. So if you're thinking about a bike for traveling too, think carefully about whether your passenger will be able to adapt to this seat. Another negative point is the app, the connectivity. For you to use the map on the screen, it says you need to buy it. So I tried to buy it in the App Store to check the price and let you know, but I couldn't find where to buy it. I saw a lot of complaints from people saying there was no way to buy it and so on. When you do the mirroring, where you basically see what's happening on your phone, you see it on the screen, you need to have your phone open at all times. And that ends up draining your phone's battery. So if you close or lock it, you'll lose the mirroring connection. So I found that to be a downside, and it's not really recommended to walk around with your phone unlocked, because if someone takes it, they'll have access to all your information. Besides that, in the App Store itself, on the iPhone from Apple, everything is in Chinese. Nothing against that, but there really needs to be a translation option. I didn't understand anything, and I can't make a purchase, so I think Zontes could partner with a company to make this available for more users. This motorcycle is sold a lot in Europe, so at least for Europe and also Latin America, where people buy it a lot, I think there could be an app with Google or other companies that could provide a better service. Another downside is post-purchase service. Many complain about parts availability. Maintenance has a set price, so check with the dealer before buying. The 350 engine needs oil changes every 3,000 kilometers, which gets pricey. And the last negative point, I think, is the price, okay? We have its direct competitor, let's say, which is the Speed 400 from Triumph, for around 29,000 reais, right? Which was its launch price for a long time. And I thought the Zontes could come with a price a little closer to that range, but now I want to know your opinion. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Do you have more negative points about the GK350? Write them down here below. And it's available in 2 colors, with a suggested retail price starting at 33,720 Rs. So that's it. If you liked the video, leave a like, share it with your friends, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Let's reach the mark of 1 million motorcycle lovers. And if you like my work and want to support me financially, become a member. You'll get lots of perks, monthly giveaways, exclusive videos, photos, an exclusive Amandinha calendar, access to my WhatsApp, and much more information here in the description. Above, I posted the video of Triumph's Speed 400, its competitor. Below, I left a really cool video for you. Until next time, Moto Kiss.